Hey folks, Quilly here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play for RimWorld Alpha 14. We are on extreme difficulty, we have modded the game, and we are playing the Tribal Scenario. If you do want to see what the mod list is, do check the description box down below. There'll be a link to an image with the list of mods. But yeah, Tribal Start, this is insanely hard. I've run a few tests of this. So the deal is, this scenario, this is one of the built-in scenarios that shipped with Alpha 14. You start with 5 people, but you start with the tribal technology level, which A, means you don't have access to certain things. For example, literally no ability to make power. Security, well, you've got deadfall traps. Temperature, nothing. I mean, you can heat things with a campfire, but you've got no cooling. But more importantly, your research rate gets utterly nerfed because you are at the Neolithic tech level. So, for example, stone cutting is considered medieval, which means the price for this is doubled, which sounds horrible, but it's far from the worst. If we compare, say, shipbuilding, it's a 400% boost. It's 4 times as expensive as normal to research these things. And if you look down, things get redonkulously expensive, especially some of the modded stuff, which means we are going to have an incredibly hard time teching up, and we start off with a lot less. We have no refrigeration, which is brutal. Luckily, we do start with the ability to make pemmican, which is sort of a dried trail ration kind of thing. So that is going to be the replacement for our refrigeration, I suppose, in a sense. We are starting on a map which luckily has a lot of trees, but is very much not mountainous. I went with small hills as the start. We cannot dig into a hill for defense, which is, again, going to make this ridiculously hard. So extreme difficulty, no technology, no hills for defense. We're probably not going to last very long, but we're going to have a hell of a great time doing it. So expect disaster. Expect a short run over here. But it'll be a great time. So we've got Jake Short, we've got Ashgar, we've got Reaper, we've got Zingo, and we've got Veritas over here as our group. I did roll a lot of... I hit that randomize button. I got to get some decent people. I was going to say no one's incapable of anything. That's not actually true. Ashgar is unable to do any medical stuff, and Grey Reaper can't do anything violent or scary, cannot fight. But other than that, we've got some great... Do you have both heat tolerant and heat lover on this person? That's going to be great as long as you don't get cold, but we're in a relatively warm climate. I think our growing period is from the 1st of spring to like the 11th of fall or something like that, which is pretty broad and generous. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our work priority system over here. We're going to get firefighting, patienting, bed resting, flick. Not that we're going to have anything to flick for a really, really long time. I'm going to go and like just mass disable everything and then figure out what we're going to add from there in terms of a priority system. We've got a good mix of passions, which is going to be nice. I think I'll skip that, and so we'll set a baseline of hauling and cleaning as 2, and then we are going to need someone to research right away because we need to get stone cutting up ASAP. That's not really the top priority, is it? And like constructing, repairing, I mean, probably we'll have other people do that as well, but Jake Short has a super passion for it. Only skill of 5 right now, but hopefully we'll get him skilled up, so we'll see how that goes. We've got Veritas, who is our grower with a lot of passion. Actually, Jake's got that quite a bit too. I have a feeling Jake's going to potentially be overworked. Whoops. If we do any mining, I suppose that's probably the top priority over there. I don't want to have too many people who have too many priorities above hauling and cleaning, but luckily those are not really full-time jobs. Oh, this is going to be tough. Okay. We got some meds. Who is our best shooter? Ooh, 12 is pretty good. So we will give you a bow. Who is this? Ashgar? So Ashgar, you are going to be our hunter. Bam. Honestly, with the weapons as weak as they are, I'm tempted to put in more. I think Jake's not too bad either at an 8. We won't put you as a hunter. We've got a second bow somewhere. There it is. Equip you that. You can't fight at all. And the rest of you are kind of crap. Get the pillow. Technically, you can throw it. And there's a knife somewhere. We're supposed to start with a knife. There it is. Equip the jade knife over that away. All right, we've got that. We do have 3 puppies. Still can't name our dogs, right? Why is that? Oh, the dogs are loving each other. Excellent. We did get all huskies over here, so they should train up quite nicely. We're going to go with training hauling. Now, I suppose one... Wait, can I do that from there? Oh, shit. That is so good. Okay, so we'll get everyone training, which is going to be nice. What is this? Sort by lifestyle and age, or life stage and age. We are going to have to dedicate someone to do some animal handling. So let's say Ashgar over here, who is going to do handling and then the occasional hunting. This animal handling will keep Ashgar quite busy for a long time, but is probably a good investment for the future, I think. Anyway, so we've got that. We also need to figure out our base. We're going to need a lot more wood than this, and that's mostly what we're going to use at first. So there's going to be a bunch of wood chopping jobs, and actually, with that in mind, I'm going to do the thing I normally do, which is, oh, here we can do it in bulk. Everyone get plant cutting. Everyone go and chop down a bunch of trees over here, please, and thank you. I know you need beds. Our top priority will probably be wall ourselves off. I suppose I could make one communal bedroom so that they can technically sleep indoors. That's probably a good idea. And then we'll get to individual bedrooms. Because, we'll build right alongside this mountain. You know what? My first construction, I'm not even, like, going to care about, like, what this is going to be in the future. We'll probably tear this all down. I'm just going to technically wall off a microscopic little area there and then go sleeping spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Congratulations. Everyone's going to have beds. So Jake is going to go and start working on that with his stupendous construction speed. Everyone else is mostly just going to be chopping things, and that's going to be okay. So hopefully there will be more than enough trees to do everything effectively on this map. Unlike, we've been playing on the desert so much, right? Or the tundra. The idea of having unlimited wood is completely foreign to me. What a bizarre concept that we can have all the wood in the world to work with, which is going to be important because we have no access to power, and therefore our cooking is going to be done with a fueled stove. And if it did get really cold, if there's a cold snap in the winter, we will have campfires to keep ourselves warm with. But other than that, the temperature is much more moderate, much more temperate. The environment itself is not going to be our enemy this game. It's going to be the fact that how do we defend ourselves against the first attack from pirates? They're going to show up with shotguns and assault rifles, and we're going to be using pointy sticks. It's not entirely appealing, and actually one of our people can't even fight, but that's not really the end of the world. But yeah, it's a little bit terrifying. Okay, there we go. We've got that all walled off. We'll put a ceiling up. That's great. We're getting a little bit more wood. Do I want to prioritize getting a stockpile down and all that, or do we want to prioritize getting defenses up? I think I'm going to prioritize defenses. So the door to our base, I'm going to call this actually about the middle of the map. There's probably another way to identify it, but we'll want our door facing that way. So let's go ahead and wall this off here, outside of the steel, and then here, and then something like, I want to go kind of far. Yeah, that's going to be okay. So we will need more wood than this. Now, I don't know if this is really what we should be rushing. Actually, what we'll need to do is get our actual food production up. We'll get that down, and let me put down a butcher's table, because we don't have much in the way of food. So this will be out in the middle of nowhere. We can't move this, though. You know what? We'll assume we're going to box in this area as a workshop. So that's going to be okay. So I'm going to put a butcher's table here and a fueled stove over there. And actually, I'm going to ask that Jake start working on that first. Top priority. Thank you very much. Before you do the walls. What are you missing? Oh, you need some steel. Okay. Mine you, and mine all this. We have, what, one person set to mine, right? With pretty high priority? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Go and dig that. That's going to be great. And this thing here, too, you don't have the materials. Okay, you can keep working on the walls for now. Hopefully people are going to be still chopping down trees. We got some wood kicking around. I'm going just to flag some more to be chopped down. People should hopefully be busy. Get us some steel so we can finish this. We'll need a research bench relatively early so we can start making some stone cutting. So we only have one door in and out right now, but I think that's going to be okay. We don't have our stockpile yet. Then this might get eaten by critters. But I think that's going to have to do. We got a little bit of steel. Actually, I think we have enough to work on the butcher's table. Lovely. Because as soon as... Oops. Oh, you spread the material out. It's a little bit awkward. Mine. So you got a bit of passion for it too there, Grey Reaper. Why don't you start doing a little bit more mining over here? Okay, that's the cooking table, but I really need the butcher's table up first. So this thing, people have to load it with wood to make it go. But it can cook a lot of stuff, including pemmican, which we are going to do forever. Pemmican does require both meat and vegetable. Doesn't go bad, though, so that's going to be our top priority for cooking. And then maybe if we only have one, I'll put a job to keep like 10 simple meals around, which are probably preferable for eating, but are not preferable in terms of sustaining. There you go. Get the butcher's table. Then we can start flagging some stuff for hunting. So we do have someone set up to actually hunt, right? Yes, Ashgar. Excellent. Great name. Ashgar, you are going to start off by hunting what? I don't think we're going to run you at the elk pack quite yet. Start with the raccoon. This rabbit's actually quite close, so that's going to be okay. We've got a turkey. Oh, that sounds good. And we're going to ignore the timber wolves, and we're certainly going to ignore the boomalopes as well. Got another nearby rabbit here. Should be relatively easy to hunt. Not a ton of meat. That will have to do. I do like the fact that we've got a bunch of elk there, but I'm a little worried that hunting it will cause a revenge to start to occur. Okay. An ostrich. Ostriches are actually a little scary, but that's okay. All right, so we flagged a bunch of stuff to be hunted. What I need to do is set a butcher's table to say, by the way, could you please butcher animals unlimited times whenever we have an animal corpse, and also you can make some kibble for our dogs. That's going to be fine. Thank you very much. All right, we've got that. We've got this. Got this. We've got some compact machinery right in our base. We won't need that for a while, but that's going to be okay. Ashgar is hunting with her bow. His bow, sorry. And all right, not a terrible little initial setup. So how are we going to defend ourselves? Well, we are absolutely going to do our deadfall trap tricks because we really have no other choice. Now, we're not going to get attacked right away. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure the game is hard-coded that the first event it gives us, I mean, there might be some room in there for random event, but I think the first event it'll give us will be a random person joins our tribe, which we will name, probably as I think we'll be the proud modded tribe. We come from a long line of moddeds, and so we are going to be the modded tribe, or something. I don't know. Thinking of names is hard. That's why I always name all of our colonists after subscribers, because at least they've got a ready list. So yeah, that'll be something like that. What was I going to say? Yes. So I think someone will join our tribe. After that, we will get attacked by a single raider who may always come with a melee weapon. I'm not sure. But then after that, it sort of goes into randomness. So we will almost certainly get a proper raid, potentially by pirates after that, who will come packing grenades and guns, and that's going to be devastatingly hard to deal with, and it's that one in particular that we're going to have our little trap set up for. So we'll play that one by ear when it comes, but well, we'll try to be ready with some traps. You guys are eating out there. Yeah, we still don't have a stockpile inside the base. I mean, I suppose I could just move things inside, but I don't know. Let's set up our farming too. What's more important to rush? Probably getting our farming up is actually really important right now. So let's go ahead and get some growing zones down. We're going to need a fair amount of food. Let me put a gap in here in case there's some fire that might spread. Let's set up, I don't know, 9 by 9. One there. One there. We're going to set up, yeah, some potato is fine. I'm also going to want some corn. And, well, there's actually a few things. Oh, I can't really see the growing zone with the grass. It's a bit annoying. I don't know where the top of it is. There it is. So actually, I'll go ahead and do that. This and that. What I want here is heel root. Heel root, right there. Need quite high skill. We don't have it yet, but that's okay. I'll still set it up. And I'm also going to set up some cotton for future proofing. There we go. That's going to be okay. The heel root will be nice when it happens. And Veritas is quite passionate about growing, I think. Yeah. So actually, it won't take very long for Veritas to get the skill to be able to plant heel root. And that's going to be really helpful for us because we don't start with a whole lot of medicine. We actually only start with herbal meds. It's also going to take a while before we get any kind of economy going on, so we can do that. Zing is idle. Really? Why is that? Well, because you're supposed to be our doctor and potentially our warden. You're not our highest social person. 7 is currently the best, but you have passion for it. So I'll turn it on for wardening. I'll probably use Jake to like do trade deals, but I can turn that on unless we really, really need to convince someone to join in. I'll put a low priority grow for you. You will also be our manager once that happens, but that's not the case right now. You could also be a backup researcher. You know what I should do is do the thing where we turn on cooking for everyone. And we got actually a decent number of people with cooking skill. Gray's pretty much going to be the one. So anyone can butcher or, say, make kibble. But over here for the pemmican, I will say, I think if I set it to 5, only 2 people can do it. So we're going to do that and this. So everyone's going to be eligible for butchering, but only some people will actually cook. There you go. Zing can go and help plant some stuff when he or she's not otherwise busy. Plant cut is on. I guess, yeah, we don't have any more trees to cut right now, but that's okay. We're going to need our manager's table relatively soon. That is actually going to be something that will help us out a fair bit going forward. Also, if I did actually have a stockpile, you know what? Let's just make a dummy stockpile here, just to move everything inside of our base. We'll have to move it again, but at least people won't have to carry it very far. Actually, cancel that. It's going to be somewhere over here, I think. Zone, which is where I already was. Somewhere like that. Okay. There we go, mining that out. We've got more steel than we need right now. We're actually going to be a while before we need a whole lot of steel. I don't know. Do I have a mod that lets us build primitive weapons? I guess you don't really need that. You can build like swords and stuff right out of the box, which is going to be helpful early on. I mean, obviously, what we're really going to be hurting for is guns, but high-quality weapons would be appreciated. Where are you going? Oh, you're hunting a turkey. All right, that's fine. Someone's in a poor mood already. Ashgar, what's up? Why are you in pain? Old bite scar, old gunshot wound. So you're walking around in pain all the time. Oh, that's terrible. Disturbed sleep. Insulted. Yeah, you don't like the shared bedroom either. I understand. Looks like all our walls have been set up. So we should probably prioritize some relatively early individual bedrooms. What I'm tempted about doing, just to simplify our internal structure, is... Oops, not like that. But doing this. And like that. And we'll put our bedrooms over there. Just keep it nice and smooth. Especially since, again, we don't really need steel right now. So yeah, the shared bedroom, sleeping on the floor, none of that is particularly appealing. We'll get some proper beds built momentarily, as well as our actual bedrooms here. Or maybe... building it across the wall here is still going to be nice as a start. We don't have any night owls, I don't think. What I didn't do is change this restriction here, so that they'll all go to bed at 10 p.m., but then they don't have to stay in bed if they're not still tired. All these rocks will definitely have to get moved out, but I'll wait for now. I don't know where I want to dump them quite yet. Hell, maybe I'll leave them there and we'll just get stone cutting up at some point. Do you need to set up the research table? I also want a manager's table. Just because the auto hunting, the herb picking, or the berry picking actually is really nice. So you know what? Maybe I will prioritize the basic manager's desk, and I'll also put down the research bench sooner rather than later. So something like that. And why don't we go and also build some nice comfy chairs for everyone who's going to be working on stuff over here. It's actually a really good investment in an effort to make people happier going forward. And I don't think we really need to enclose this. I always put this in a room. I mean, eventually, if we do that, put a floor down and things, it'll look nicer, get some lights on in there, and maybe some sort of decoration. There'll be a nice environment and keep the beauty rating up. But for now, there's not really any reason to do that. What is this? An emu. Someone can hunt that, right? Dash going to be fine. Alright, got plenty of hauling going on. So what are you doing, Zingo, for example? You're hauling wood to the stockpile. Yeah, there's a lot of wood kicking around, actually, so there's going to be a whole lot of that. You're training the dog. Alright, I'm okay with that. Hauling steel. Hauling wood. That's probably all good and fine. Working on our little chairs. Get the research bench and the manager's table. That's going to be very nice. Get the medicine in there. Yeah, that's all stuff we're going to want to do at some point. So we're certainly not wasting any time by doing that. The only question is, what order do we want to spend our time in? Actually, I'd really prefer getting the bedroom set up sooner rather than later, but... Okay, try not to shoot anyone in the base right now. That'd be really nice. I mean, Ashgar does have a shooting skill of 12, so that's okay. We might be able to do a little bit of trading. We've only got, what, like 200 silver to start with, which is really not much. There we go. Finish that off. Excellent. Training up our animals. You don't have any bonds. Oh, you do have a bond. You can follow a Zingo then. You can follow Grey Reaper. Oh, wonderful. So we got some bonded animals right away. That's actually going to help our mood a fair bit. I think if they've got a bonded animal, is it +5 or +10? There you go. 5 extra. It's really quite nice. All right, get that mined out. Yeah, get those bedrooms up and running. Actually got to mine out a little bit more. There you go. Something like that. We're planting. Did we already harvest some? Oh, no, there's the mushrooms. Eating some pemmican. We really don't have a whole lot of meat left. But we are cooking some meals. And actually, I suppose right now, we actually want to make the simple meals the priority. Well, actually, fine meals would be even better if it's possible. I guess we'll do that. We'll say, keep 10 fine meals around if you can. Otherwise, simple meals. And then with anything you've got left over, make pemmican. I guess is okay. We need a research project. Excellent. So, first research project I would like, I think, is probably stone cutting. Complex clothing is nice because you can actually get some heat-resistant clothing there. Smithing, advanced cooking. No, I really want stone cutting because we're going to want to be able to make things out of rock. Probably, although, you know, wood's pretty good. So you have double passion for research. We'll do that. Research is probably more important than having Ashgar haul and clean. So we'll do this. Ashgar will still hunt first. That's okay. Oh, and then the management. So, for the manager, what we're going to do is we're going to say, first of all, you can cut any mature trees anywhere. That's fine if we've got less than 500 stuff. In addition to that, in our home area, you can also cut immature trees. We're good with that. And we'll also want you to grab all the berries and plants and things like that all over the map, up to 500 food. That's going to be great. We don't need to set up any butchering rules right now. For hunting, yeah. I want to make sure you don't hunt anything that'll kill you, though. Muffalo's okay, because I don't think they tend to like attack as a herd too much. The emu and ostriches, I think, seem fine. Turkeys seem fine. Alpacas, again, I don't think tend to revenge. Hare, squirrel, boomrat, raccoon, they're kind of small to hunt down everywhere. Deers do roam in these packs, and that might be a bit of a problem. Sometimes there could be a revenge. So I might hold off. Boars, the same thing can happen there. Oh, it's probably fine, right? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to set that. So, and then we need to make sure there's a manager that goes and does that from time to time. Here, Zingo's got a good amount of passion for it. We're going to do that. Cook, plant, cut, but you're not a real cook, so yeah, do that. And actually, you know what, you guys. As long as someone does it from time to time, what it'll do, it'll mostly be responsible for ensuring... You're going to rest? You could have. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That someone updates what trees get cut down from time to time. That's going to be really, really handy. Actually, no trees should get flagged right now because we have over 500 units of wood kicking around. I did want to maybe consider doing some trading. I can't remember who our... Oh, there it is. It's Jake, who's currently our primary person. Sorry to wake you, Jake, but I was going to say they're probably about to leave. We could sell some of our food. We're not going to do that. We could buy survival meals. I don't think we're going to bother. Rum. Wow, we don't have the money for this. It would be nice to have a gun. We could buy Molotov cocktail, but I think that would generate more problems than it would solve. So no, I will hold off. So sorry to wake you, Jake, but we had to make sure. All right, so we've got some crops in the ground. Even the heel root is there, which is good. We still have someone complaining that they are idle. Jake, really? Okay, well, we're going to start on a... I guess what I'll do is actually I will, because this stuff will go bad, I'm going to make our storage here, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than it currently is. And reset you. There you go. You can start working on that. So it's internal, and then let me just increase the stockpile. There we are. To be like that. Because that's actually good and fine and swell. And chop down that tree, go there. Really want this mining to finish. I'm actually wondering about... You know what, for now, I'm going to go and get everyone to mine with a higher priority. Just clean this area out, and then I'm going to put my bedrooms along that wall. Oh, Fallville. No, we're going to say this is the proud modded tribe. Excellent name for a tribe. Very proud. Again, an ancient tribe. And our dogs going around. Still going to be some training. And yeah, get this stuff mined out. Because I don't know if we're going to need the middle for more crops. We'll probably need a lot of bedrooms. I mean, I could put some bedrooms... Hang on. I could put some bedrooms inside of here. Take a while to mine it. But you know what? Maybe that's better, actually. I'm actually still okay that we clean that out to be even. And you know what? I still want that to be cleaned out to be even. Because it's going to annoy me. So we're going to do that. And then we will dig a few bedrooms inside of here. Because we can. Oh, spacecraft chunk. I'm going to flag that for deconstruction now. Because otherwise I'll never remember to do it. Where's our base? There it is. So that can be the entrance to one bedroom. Hang on. Maybe a hallway. Let me change my mind here. Just one wide is going to be sufficient for this. There we go. There. It's going to take a lot of digging to do that. And then we will wooden wall. Oh, mad animal, that's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And that doesn't leave much for a room there. But obviously there's going to be a hallway here. Well, we can rebuild. I can do that and then mine that out, and that's going to be okay. And that actually ends up being a little bigger. But that's okay. Something like that and like that. And then here as well. Wooden door, please. There we are. That's going to be lots of bedrooms. So, it's a rat that's gone crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my people, tell them, you know what? Here and it's great to know rats. Oh, we're going to tell everyone... Oh, right. You're the one who can't do anything scary. Everyone else is going to attack any animals that might come by. Usually it's a really bad idea, but listen. The way we solve problems is we hit them with sticks. That's just the way it's going to be. Deal with it. You see it, you see something bad, you hit it with a stick. Put a door in there. Actually, we don't even need that. Cancel. We'll just slow things down and use extra resources. A door there, there. And then we'll wait until some more stuff gets dug out. It's going to be a priority to haul that out. I will set up a little dumping stockpile. Right over here. Colonist needs treatment. Oh, did Jake get attacked by the rat? Yes, he did. Do we have a medical bed? No, we don't. How are we on doctors? Zingo. Go, there we go. Go treat Jake. He's very important, actually. Okay, so someone's going to haul this out at some point. Thank you. Haul this one, actually. Thanks. Cheers. Love, what is going on here? Attempted to woo Avertius. Oh, rejected. Oh, that's too bad. But they do like each other, which is nice. Rebuffed me is bad, but otherwise... what is it, Zingo? Failed to romance me. Well, listen. It's not necessarily Zingo's fault. You're the one who said no. I mean, you can't be mad at Zingo for that. Well, I guess you end up feeling uncomfortable. It's a little bit awkward. Now you got to work next to this person. You honestly don't have a whole lot of options when it comes to mates here. Ooh! Okay, we're mining that out. Actually, we don't need the steel right now, so I will hold off and leave the steel wall there. It is nice to find a little bit more over here. That's actually really great. Okay. Yeah, dig all that out. We got a bunch of steel here, too. We're not actually going to be all that hard up for steel. You know, I think I've talked about this before, but, like, I don't know how the map generator rules work. I don't know if you actually have just as much steel on a map with few hills, like this one, as you do on a map with, like, a bunch of mountain. I don't know if just the big difference is that you just have more stone on the other one. You know, as if, it's almost like, does it put down all the stone first, then just put down blobs of steel, and it's the same amount of steel on every map? I'm not sure. It's probably not the case. Need colonist beds. Oh, yeah, because this one is set to be medical here. We'll toggle that. Who's starving? Well, they're asleep. We do actually have food, right? Not a lot, but technically we do. How's the managing priority? Right, you're doing some mining. Zingo, I'm going to turn off your mining here. Could you go and manage a little bit? Just to flag some stuff for me. In particular, if you could do, yeah, there you go. Plants for us to harvest, which I believe is a plant cut job, which everyone has a really high priority. So everyone's going to go and harvest some little bushes. Well, cooking's still a little bit higher for you, but that's reasonable. You're going for a walk. Is anyone picking stuff? Oh, are you sick? There's vomit on the ground. Food poisoning? Oh, what? The hell did you eat that gave you food poisoning? Zingo, there you go. Harvest some raspberry bushes. Excellent. Wow, you're really slow with that. I mean, no offense. What kind of stuff you got? Fast walker, sanguine, permanent mood effect. Wow, that's really good. Oh, okay. So there's our random joiner. We've got dog, who's got a gun. This person has a gun. Can't shoot worth beans. Is actually a brawler. Okay, let's make a couple of tweaks here, and then we're gonna cut this episode short. You're gonna have that. We're gonna disable your hunting. Sure, you got passion for it, but you actually have some passion for mining, which is good. We're gonna turn this stuff off right now because we don't really have a need for it. I'm happy that you can haul and clean. That's great. Here's what you're gonna do. You are gonna go to our stockpile way over here, and you're gonna pick up a club. Actually, a spear. I think a spear is better. We're gonna rename you as well. You're gonna be Fred Dancer. Danster. Fred Danster. Boom. Welcome. What are you wearing, like leather jacket? Cloth urban trousers, cloth jeans, cloth brocade vest, and a t-shirt. You're looking very cool over there with your pistol. We're going to give that pistol to someone who can actually shoot and actually wants to shoot. You're happy as a brawler? That's great. So that means that who's our hunter type? Ashgar over here, who's cloud watching. You are going to equip that. Use that for some hunting. And we've got someone else who's actually pretty good at shooting, who is equipped with melee right now. Or no, it's 2, so not pretty good at all. But it's still probably a good idea to get you to have a bow. And that's going to be fine. Alright. So no one's planted any... Oh, heal root. Oh, no, it's the cotton that we've grown, so we haven't been able to plant the heal root yet. But hopefully someone will hit skill 8 soon. So we're going to keep mining out these bedrooms here, which is going to be great. That stuff's got to get hauled out of there, as well as this, because that's going to be... Chunks of rocks are very, very ugly for bedroom stuff. If someone could mine this out now that the wall is done, that would be quite nice. We are going to get attacked by the one pirate soon, or the one raider, or whatever, relatively soon, which I think we can handle solo, depending on what they bring, and I think they're going to bring melee. But we really do have to get prepped with our traps, so that will be probably next episode. Oh, God. Bedrooms or that? I think we have to prioritize our traps first. So next episode, I'll start queuing that down. I mean, I guess the miners can keep doing that, but Jake is going to... Wow, building the beds is really fast. We do actually still have a lot of wood. I'm actually wondering about going directly to wooden double beds. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay, well, we're going to put a cut in here. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Again, I don't know how long this particular series will last. The travel start is extremely difficult, but it should be fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time.